everybody. Welcome back to Grid Penalty, the Formula One podcast for everybody. It's the Australian Grand Prix, and my God, was it a amazing night or afternoon of Formula One. Thank you for joining us. With me, as always, is Jeff Tice. My name's Brent Gill. We are your hosts, as we always are. You'll hear why I'm off point right now, but it's all for good because it was a nighttime race yesterday and it was a blast. Jeff had a real dad night home. We can't wait to get into it, but first, as always, Jeff, what do we got to do?
Let's get plugged, mate. Let's get plugged. Oh my God, it is so good to be here. I'm glad we're both here. I'm glad you're alive. From what I was getting texted from you last night and from the updates from you and Kat. So shout out to you and Kat for being alive. I have some dates coming up, nothing too crazy. You could find me on my couch watching Grand Prix at 2 a.m, or you can find me at Jeffrey Tice, GEOFFREYTICE on all social media. You can also catch us on YouTube. Brent will plug that probably at the end, but we're all over the place. We're having a good time. I also have some shows coming up. At the end of April, I'm going to be on the road with Josh Blue. I'm going to be opening for him. Go to his website for those dates. We're going to be in Milwaukee. We're going to be in Indiana. We're going to be in Chicago. And it's going to be a real fun little trip. So if you're out in the Midwest, swing on by, check out joshblue.com and come and see us. That'll be really fun. Also, check out The 11 Evelyns on Amazon. It's a children's book that I illustrated and I wrote. The response has been better than I thought, honestly. Truly, it's been great. Heartwarming.
I'm bringing one to my niece next week.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's been truly heartwarming. I love it so much. So, check the book out. It's everywhere you can buy books, also on Amazon. And then let's say you are in the Amazon. You're floating down the river in Brazil, deep in the Amazon. And you're like, dude, these piranhas are harsh. I need to get out of here. Just this civil unrest is not going well. The blatant racism coming from the icons of the sport from Brazil. So you're like, I got to get out of here.
PK.
Yep. You're going to get on an airplane. You're going to get on a JSX airplane directly from Rio de Janeiro International Airport. You're going to fly.
It's one of their exclusive routes.
Yep, exactly. You're going to fly directly into Jeffco, Rocky Mountain Airport here in Broomfield, Colorado. You're going to pick up your carry-on. You're going to hop in an Uber, and you're going to scoot down Highway 36 to 28th and Valmont. What you're not going to do is you're not going to stop at Vacuums R Us. Your house looks great. You don't need to go there. You're not going to go to Coyote Cleaners. You don't need to clean any sort of wild dog situation. And then you're also not going to go to Cosmos Pizza. The spicy ranch is good, but it's not worth it. And
it tears up your stomach.
It does. It hurts. It really hurts. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the Rayback Collective at 28th and Valmont, 7 p.m. every single Sunday for the Boulder Comedy Show, the greatest comedy show that's ever been a comedy show. So come check us out there. Brent, where can the good people find you?
Oh, buddy. I can't tell you how happy I am you asked that. You can find me
alive and breathing.
Anytime, thank God. Anytime you want at I am Brent Gill on Instagram and the other things as well. Dude, but for real, I was sitting in the back of the Uber yesterday. I was like, there's no way I was ever going to drive home. I was like, I should have just Ubered here to begin with. This was an expensive turnaround. Anyway, you can find me there. My comedy special, live from Philadelphia, is in that first link in my bio. You can also, a couple shows this week, actually. We got Friday. Okay, here we go. Friday, March 7th. April 7th. All right.
One of those days.
April 7th. You can find me at the Rec Room in Huntington Beach. And then on April 20th, I'm very excited about this. You can find me in Fort Collins at the Comedy Fort for the second annual Chiba Hut 420 show.
Yes.
Me and all my friends, we are I'm presenting it with all my friends. Very excited about that. Yep. And then you can find me on the 21st at High Note Comedy in Denver at the Skylark Boulder Comedy Show on April 22nd, Sunday. But our 10-year anniversary is May 21st.
Yes.
2023. 10-year anniversary of Boulder Comedy Show.
Incredible.
Very excited about that.
Incredible.
Shout out to our good people at KO Recording, our producer,
Yes.
Kat Orlean. Give her a follow, and our amazing editor, Jan, at Points into Williams. You can check us out on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube, you can see some of this dope-ass merch we got. We got new merch here. I was wearing the shirt yesterday, which we're going to chat about, but I got some coasters with our logo on there. Very happy about that.
Sweet.
And you can get all that in our bio on our Instagram at Grid Penalty F1.
Yeah, buy it up.
And then it's on Redbubble is where you can find us. So check us out there. Amazing art by Jeff, and we got this Miami Grand Prix poster is up there.
Yes.
And then he's got the Portuguese Grand Prix as well.
Yeah,
really
and we'll
cool
do
stuff.
we'll do some more. I think our plan is we're going to be releasing Grand Prix posters. We're going to be releasing some more merch. If you have ideas for merch, DM us if you want something specific, or if you want a design or a driver or just a silly saying. We can make that happen. If you love a silly saying or something dumb from the podcast, we're going to start loading up the merch store with just fun stuff. So let us know what you think. And if you enjoy the podcast and you are on YouTube right now and you're also listening in Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars.
Simulcast.
Yeah, just blasting, looping it over each other, like layering, like it's just this orchestral awfulness.
A little bit of an echo or something like that. No, I love that. I would love to hear me in double.
Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, that makes sense. But no, give us a good review. Give us 5 stars. Leave a nice review. Tell your friends. That's the best way to help us out. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends and just give us good reviews. Feel free to talk shit in the comments. I've been loving it. People we're out here on Instagram. I'm not arguing with anyone, but we're having fun. So
I'll argue with everyone.
Yeah, we appreciate the engagement and the interaction. So hit us up.
Oh, and our Discord. We got we have a
absolutely.
Discord now, and I'm actually active in it. Surprisingly, I don't understand it.
The Discord's awesome. Yes, come through our Discord. We'll post the link probably somewhere.
It's Grid Penalty F1.
Grid Penalty F1.
I changed it.
Sweet. Grid Penalty F1. Find that.
It's in the link in our bio in our Instagram.
Dude, look at us.
There's a little
professionals.
Logo up there.
Hit us up. Hit the link. And join us in the Discord. We're just talking trash. Right now it's me, Jan, Brent, and just a jerk.
Jake.
Shout out to Jake.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake in there. And so we're having a good time. Come and hang. We're there all week pretty much. I'll be online. I'm in front of my computer nonstop. So it's a good time in there. We can just talk racing. We can talk. Dude, fatherhood. You know what I mean? Let's really just tank it. Let's really turn it into a support group.
Oh God, no! We'll have a different server for that. We'll have a F1 Dads server that you'll be the admin of, and you can have all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Dude, the general chat. I was telling everybody, the 4 of you, that we are. I'm going to the IndyCar Grand Prix in Long Beach, and I got start-finish tickets in the grandstands.
Yes,
because I didn't know what I wanted to be in the shade. I didn't want to.
I mean, honestly, that's everything. That's everything.
Yeah,
it's the way to go.
I'm very excited about that. 3 days.
Is that this weekend?
No, it's next weekend.
Next
14th,
weekend,
15th,
cool.
and
And we have a month off, so you're gonna get your fix. That's so exciting that you get to see some racing live and Oh, that's exciting! I can't wait to hear all about it.
Let's catch up, Jeff. Let's talk about your life real quick.
Yes.
And then we may talk about mine. I don't know. It's gonna take too long. It was such a wild night last night.
Your night was just exactly in parallel with what was happening on track. Just red flag after red flag after red flag.
Oh, there were a lot of red flags.
That's how you're living.
Yeah. A couple tried to fuck me.
Oh no!
So that was fun.
Nice. That bar looked fun. It looked like a pretty aggressive Dodgers bar. So.
Yeah, they were pretty aggressive for sure.
That's fun.
I went in there and asked for shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just saying, my life has not been that exciting, and mine's real quick. I watched the race on the couch, just with the dog, passed out. It was so nice. And then this week has been really pretty laid back. I did have a fun show. I headlined the Comedy Fort in Fort Collins, which was an amazing show. Thanks for everyone who came out. Dude, shout out to Tim and Lucas who drove up from Denver for the show. to go to the Comedy Fort to see the show. They're two amazing dudes I grew up with. They listen to the podcast. So shout out to Tim. Shout out to Lucas.
Tim, yeah.
Lucas came. His parents came with them.
Woo!
It was awesome.
You needed a chaperone, huh?
Yeah.
You still hang out with 17-year-olds? Is that what's going on?
It was it was just the best. It was such a cool surprise. It was a really fun show. It definitely was one of those shows where it was on my birthday. I had my birthday this week, but I'm not a big birthday person.
Yeah, he forgot to mention that part. That's
I
like the
didn't
last
say
thing
so.
you mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. I had a birthday, and it went off the rails pretty quick. I didn't expect to mention that it was my birthday while I was on stage, but it just kind of came out. And then as I was saying it, I was like, this is a mistake. You know, when you tell the audience, because then it just turned into the audience sending shots of tequila to me.
And you don't really drink.
Not that much. I'm not doing shots, really.
You drink some. I don't think I've ever seen you do a shot. I think you've probably done a few, but
yeah, I've done.
You're not a shot guy.
Honestly, probably with you. I don't drink.
Yeah,
with
probably.
Like,
that would make sense.
Honestly, no one else.
I'm like the bad
Truly.
influence friend of your.
No.
Your wife just hates me like a parent hates that one kid. You know.
Not at
you're gonna
all.
go hang out with Brent again?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
At least I know you'll have fun. That's good. So, yeah, no, I did a couple shots and it was really fun. I did like way too much crowd work because it was off the rails and we were having a good time. So, I was glad that I had some buddies there to see it. It was a good show. But yeah, other than that, man, I just was like so trying to mentally prepare myself for staying up till 2 a.m. Didn't think it was gonna be 2 a.m. But here we are, 3 red flags later. But it was a great night. And good week overall, but nothing too crazy. How about you? You're alive. I'm glad.
Oh yeah, barely.
How are you? How are you feeling spiritually, mentally?
Oh, we're back. We're
emotionally.
Back. Yes.
We're back. Once it starts to dip, we have to bring it back.
It's true. Jeff, I'll just tell you about my day. We can talk about the private plane later. I was on another private plane.
Another one. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was all right. It was JSX.
Yeah.
I did one of those flights, and it was there's like 20-something people on the flight with us.
Got it.
And Jeff, I wanted so much out of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it was just like it feels like I'm on a commuter plane going from like Atlanta to Fort Walton Beach.
Got it.
Like it's not. It was, and if you're on the other side, like the seats weren't wider.
Yeah.
It was just like we're in a small plane.
Got it.
And then what happens when the plane breaks? You just fly out tomorrow. So it was fine. It was worth trying to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you recommend it, or would you just say?
If you're trying to transport drugs, probably.
I mean, that's a good consideration for probably a lot of our listeners.
I mean, it's cool, I guess, you know, but it's super easy. You show up 20 minutes before, like they advertise, show up 20 minutes before your flight.
Yeah.
And you're still flying. I think that's the big thing. You're still flying.
Still travel.
You still travel. And it's like, if the seats were wider and like a little more comfortable, like, maybe, but
how was like the amenities and like the experience and like the customer service? Was that elevated in any sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't use the bathroom, but you know, I assume it was fine. You got free alcohol if you wanted it. They gave you like a veggie snack, like something you'd find at like a Ralph or like a Whole Food, or not a whole, you know, something like pre-packed with carrots and some shit like that.
Free alcohol is kind of wild.
Free alcohol. Like, for sure, but you have to ask for the second and third one, which makes you feel like an alcoholic.
That's funny.
So it's just like, I would rather probably pay for a first class experience, on a commercial jet than that again. Yeah. Again, it was last minute and it was $20 more than what my commercial flight was going to cost anyway, so it was worth trying.
Yep, that's cool.
But if I can get them to sponsor the Boulder Comedy Show, then with like free flights, then I'll be flying them all the time. I shouldn't let them hear this.
I was going to say, you definitely should have a different tone if you're trying to get them to sponsor you. It's like the Red Bull sponsorship. We should get Red Bull sponsorship, and then it's just like Max Verstappen sucks. It's like, I don't know if the brand team's gonna love that.
I'm just killing. Yeah, please buy our merch. We need some income.
Yeah. Support the pod.
It's but you can put these designs on anything too. By the way, it's pretty cool. But yesterday was dope. So full car day yesterday.
Car guy.
Woke up early, went to the Cars and Coffee at Porsche in Santa Clarita.
Ooh, cool.
Got there a little late, and all of it was full, and they wouldn't let me in. I had to park like half a mile away, if not further, which I couldn't show off my car, and I was furious.
Yeah,
I was so mad.
Yeah.
So didn't get to show off the car, didn't get to show off the sign, and then. But it was so fun, you know.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of cool cars. I'm starting to realize that Porsche drivers are like everyone that makes fun of these C8 drivers, how they think their car is so unique.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, you Porsche drivers are kind of like that too. Some of them are genuinely unique, but most of them are not. They're
pretty
just
similar.
Oh, cool. Yours is green.
Ooh, nice.
Still a 911. You know, he's got a 911. He's got a 911. He's got an RS. He's got a GTR. You know, but anyway,
are they more inclined to be stock in general, like, or do people really modify Porsches aggressively?
You can. I mean, like, you see a lot of really cool modified, like with these big wide body kits, and they'll have like 335s on the back, which is insanely wide.
Yeah.
That's 335 millimeters wide, the tire. It's like over a foot wide. Let's see here. Oh, my phone's right there. I can't. Hey, Siri, this. But a lot of the things about Porsches is that there are several models for sure. So, like, you can get the GT3, GT2. You can get the GT2 RS. You can, you know, all that. But in there, what most people can afford, like, those are the ones that are dope.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much what I'm trying to do is back out of my comment that Porsche drivers are like those
that are annoying. Got it. Okay.
I'm trying to back out of that because after I said it out loud, I was like, I don't believe this anymore. Actually.
Got it. I'll help you out. Every Porsche driver I've met, coolest dude I've ever met. They rock. They're so cool, man. They're the best.
Them and BMW drivers, right?
Yeah. And Corvette guys, dude. Corvette guy, my favorite dude.
So I did that in the morning from 9 to 11, and then I drove all the way out an hour and 20 minutes to Pomona to go to the drag racing show, the NHRA.
Yeah,
drag
the videos
races.
looked sick.
It was pretty cool. That was Kat's first, so that's when I met up with Kat, our producer, and that was the first time she's ever seen drag racing and Top Fuels. And
what's
have you ever seen a Top Fuel?
No.
Jan, please put up a picture of a Top Fuel drag car right now.
Hell yeah.
It's that one with the super long nose and the huge tires, like massive.
And then, Jan, for me, please put up a picture of a drag show of a bunch of hot women with big noses.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah. That's all I mean. No, anyway, sorry. Keep going.
No, we were making a lot of RuPaul jokes of like drag show, drag race. We're at the drag show.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what everyone's so upset about right now. This is great.
Are you allowed to drink at the drag show? Like, I think that's how you have to do it at both.
I think
actually,
all of them. Yeah.
So when we walked in, I just walked in with all the cars, and just walked into the owner's like pit area.
Classic.
And I'm just standing
Austin GP entry.
right. And I'm just standing like next to where the cars are taking off. I mean, it's
pretty dangerous. It sounds.
Yeah, it was insane. I had no ear protection at first, and then I was like, dude, I was trying to hold the camera while plugging my ears. It didn't work. I quickly bought some plugs.
Yeah.
So that was in the afternoon. Then we go home for a nap. She goes to her home. I go to mine, and took like, I don't know, it was like a 2-hour layover. Yeah. And then I drove back to Pasadena.
Nice.
Which is like 28 minutes to the right, to the east.
Yeah.
And then we watched the Formula One race at a very heavy Dodger bar.
Yeah.
And I had to ask the guy to put on the race, and I felt so uncomfortable.
That's
asking.
hilarious.
I was like, "Can you just put it on ESPN?" He's like, "Ah!" But then he goes, "Is this live?"
Have on? Oh, nice.
Like a documentary. Like
I was going to say they always have like Rizzoli Isles on or something like
it's
random.
fucking, especially at that time of night.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Is this live?" I'm like, "Oh, it's live." He goes, "Oh!" And then he turns it on like 4 of the TVs. I was like,
sick.
"We got a watch party," and but they wouldn't turn the audio on, so I watched the whole race with no audio. And that's difficult when the race is this chaotic.
Yes. Oh, totally.
Like this is was such a fun race for this season.
Yeah.
The third race of the season and it was just such chaos. And 3 red flags, the most in F1 history, and I'm just watching this screen like, what the fuck is happening right now? I know something's happening, but I have no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It was great. How are you containing yourself?
So
just all quietly, just like, oh, this
dude,
is
the most like, this is how I would react to so many things. Just quietly go, like that, like hold your, like I had to not make any noise, and I loved it. I'm me. I like it quiet. I like it to I like being by myself watching the race. But honestly, the watch parties that you've been to the last 2 times, I know that you kind of turned this one into it. Yeah. That does sound really fun. I love the idea of going to a bar, and the times we watched it in Miami at like that big watch party, it is really fun. And I think I would probably enjoy it more now. But dude, the vibes were so different. I was sitting there quietly. I didn't want to wake up Luna. I didn't want to wake up the baby. I didn't want to wake up my wife. So I'm just quietly, and like the volume was pretty low. Where
I'm surprised you don't have like
Bluetooth
old man headphones.
I know. Yeah. I do for my Xbox, so no one has to listen to my if I play video games. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you just hear me
turned my whole surround sound on for my simulator, and it is just it's very dumb, and I'm very disrespectful as a neighbor.
That does sound
Shocker.
Fun, though. It does
Brent
sound
Gill's
fun.
loud.
Yeah, it's cool. That's fine. So it was good. I did kind of just panic I was like freaking out most of the time. Only a few things. So obviously the chaos of the race was so fun, but the other part that I think I texted you this. I texted some buddies about this. What was really impressive about this race was the production of it and the filming of it. For some reason, I don't know why, but the camera angles and the helicopter shots and like the cable shots, they just did a really good job of producing it, and it felt fast. This track really
super fast.
Like the cars were really going quick. You know, sometimes you get those really slow tracking shots where the camera's moving at the speed of the car, or the angle is coming directly at you, and it just kind of like it makes it feel slower. Mm-hmm. A lot of the direction here I thought was good. They still don't cut away from the replay of the start. That is one of my biggest pet peeves across every race. They don't do picture in picture. Like when they cut back to the replay of the start of the race.
Yeah.
I lose my mind every time. I just do picture in picture because we can
let the race keep going and then let us rewatch the start.
Even if nothing crazy is happening, just
Sky Sports doesn't have that technology yet. It hasn't made it across the pond.
Sky Glass customers get picture in picture.
Look, here's the problem: is they lost Mother's Polish. They lost that money, and look, Mercedes is just not willing to give them P&P.
Yeah, that's it.
So
Mercedes took the step forward this week, and
finally.
Yeah, that advertising budget's paying off. All that exposure from kicking Mother's Polish to the curb is now transferring to horsepower in the car. So
it's finally working. Which, by the way, I was I too hard on Merc?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I feel like a lot of people got
Yeah.
Like we were piling on.
They
had a really good showing today, and I think the track was decent for them.
We did name an episode "The Downfall of Mercedes." So, maybe we were hopping on the, but no, I think it was warranted for sure. I think that they were struggling at a pretty unprecedented rate for the last 10 years for them.
Sure.
So I think all was fair. I think people also were just, myself included, super excited to see them struggle so prolifically after being so dominant. And then now, 3 races in, they're getting, leading the race, qualifying 2 and 3, getting a podium with Lewis in second, showing true race pace. It wasn't like a fluke. Shout out to McLaren. But I think you were warranted. I think I was warranted in being harsh. I don't think we went too hard on them.
Okay.
I also think that they were hard on themselves.
Because Mercedes has a bunch of budget right now. They could sponsor our show too.
Yeah. Come on,
like,
Merc.
that's
I like this new Brent, the diplomatic Brent, the soft, like, but also you could sponsor us. We got to get Mother's Polish. Shout out to Mother's Polish. You guys.
Yeah, they got booted out of their own sponsorship.
I haven't seen
they
your
created
logo
that
once this year.
sponsorship.
I don't know where your logo's been. I've been watching so much sports.
They're on IndyCar now. It's like
Yeah.
they just or like went to F2. Like they got
Yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo'd.
Yeah.
They're
Dude, they should just sponsor Daniel Ricciardo.
Danny Rick? Yeah, that'd be cool.
They should. He gets on his hat. He gets a Mother's Polish. That's it. So.
DR3 wine brought to you by Mother's Polish.
Hell yeah, that's perfect. Just the
Bottled
perfectly
in
shiny
Mother's-
bottles. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
But Merck, they did have a really good showing. George Russell, I hate saying this because we do talk a lot of shit about him. And look,
Yeah.
we talk shit about him because he's a dork. He's a goober. He's just super British. He looks like a walking crumpet. And he you know, it looks like when he walks into his home, French horns start playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so he's easy to make fun of, but he's a fucking good driver.
He's amazing.
And it hurts my feelings to see Lewis not being better than him.
He has struggled. I think.
Is he going to be a world champion, you think?
Yeah, for sure. I
think
absolutely think so. I know it's a pretty confident thing to say. He is world champion talent for sure. If the stars align, because we're looking at people that might not win a world championship in the field right now who are at that level. I think Charles 100% has the ability to win a world championship. Does his car keep exploding? Does he keep driving into gravel traps? Is he cursed? Yes, all of those are true.
He looks like he's about to shoot himself.
Dude.
He looks depressed. He looks like Brooks Koepka in that the Full Swing documentary.
Yeah, devastating.
The
Truly.
Drive to Survive, the golf edition.
Yeah. Drive to Survive
Pretty much what it should be
Ferrari
called.
and everything that they do to you. Yeah, man, it's tough. But so yes, I think George absolutely has the ability to be a world champion. I think he will. Especially when Mercedes starts to put it together even more so and be more consistent and run at the front of the pack. Lewis, again, is dominant. He showed why he's Lewis. He did so well and had a great race. But I also, going back to talking shit about George, it's so fun because we saw him. It's like in comedy, when you see someone start as an open micer and then they get better and better and better, no matter how hard they crush and how big they get, all you remember is them bombing 3 minutes at the Squire Lounge. And you're like, yeah, but I know you used to suck. So to see this like massive glow up with George, not only in the team going from Williams and getting annihilated in Williams for 3 years, but then hopping to Mercedes, going through the problems that they've had so far in the last couple of years, and then also clearly getting a stylist, having a hot girlfriend. They dress like the same person. They look like they're out of a catalog. It's just we know where he came from, so it's hard to like if you came into the sport yesterday, you would be like,
and was that good?
That dude's awesome, you know, because he's beautiful. He carries himself well. He's super articulate. He is funny, but we just know when he was a goofy kid, like trying to get Lewis's autograph. So it's easy. He's an easy target. You know, he's so British, but no, I'm happy for him. I truly think he keeps showing that it's not a fluke that he can compete with Lewis and beat Lewis.
Yeah.
You know, pretty well.
When I saw the starting lineup, I thought I saw Lewis second. And so I was like, when I saw that Merc go in front of Max, I was like, let's go, Lewis.
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
And then I heard it was George. And I think Kat's got this a recording because she was recording me losing my mind. I was like, fucking George. God damn it. God damn it, George.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I was frustrated by it. But he is very good. And it was weird to see his car blow up.
Yeah, it's rare.
I
it's
mean,
rare. Reliability.
You don't see a Merc engine blow up like that.
No, not much. Not in the last however many years. 2016. Go back and watch that. A lot of reliability
Maybe that's where they got
issues.
their speed from.
Yeah. But that was odd. It was weird to see. It also sucked because he was having such a great race. The first red flag, annihilated his race. That sucked. He got completely caught out by that. Not his fault, but that screwed him over so bad. But then, fought back, had a great start, and then just got, big flames out the back.
I was happy that his car did blow up because not because I'm a dick, but because his race got so fucked that it's
Yeah.
also like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, you noticed something funny, that how fast he changed his
Dog, he was in street shoes so fast. Like the next angle, the dude's in a pullover jacket and fucking white sneaks with no socks. Like this dude had changed so fast.
I like
It was
the idea.
it's like they brought the clothes to him in the safety car.
Yeah, it's like he's changing in the back seat of the car, or his like fire suit is just tear off now, and he like gets out of the car, just boom, like he's like warming up, and he's just got full J. Crew catalog outfit on underneath it, like ready to go. He's like, well, here we go. Let me walk back
It's
to
George
the paddock.
Crew. It's his new brand
G Crew,
that he's
baby.
launching. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that was really funny because I did notice that too. You mentioned it. I was like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
He was immediately just walking
those white
around the
shoes,
pit.
yeah.
Just cruising in his slacks. And I mean, I would want to too, I guess. If you're out, you're just like, all right, let's go change. But it's gotta be a
would've
weird
showered.
feeling. I know. I wonder. Well, his hair was perfect. Did you like when he took his helmet off? He took his
Got a
helmet off.
hairstylist.
Hair
He's
was
got his-
flawless. It's almost like his helmet cushions have like room around where his hair goes. It was perfect. I literally looked at his hair. I was like, no way, dude. Come on, man.
He like forces it, like it doesn't have enough of a cutout, but it's not safe. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Hair.
matter.
It's got to be perfect, right?
Yeah,
right?
all right. Yeah.
It's
Isn't
going
it?
it's going to be mental.
Mental, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, dude. It was he knew that they were gonna have engine issues, so he's like, I need to look good. I know I'm gonna have my helmet off walking across the track.
Do you think they turned it up to get that extra speed?
I don't know. I don't know where they got it.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they were just like, I wonder. I haven't looked into it, so take this with a grain of salt, but take this with a grain of gravel that was giving us red flags. I think maybe they're just taking those incremental steps and they're figuring out where the gremlins are in that car, and they're learning how to handle that. Clearly, the upgrade they meant, the payoff was reliability issues on George's side of things, so not sure what they did or what happened. You couldn't hear it, but on the broadcast, they did a rundown and they listened to his shifting as he was going up and down when the car started on fire, and there was no real like audible problem. Like, you know how sometimes you hear the transmission go or there's no revs.
I wonder if it was like a leak or something.
It did. It kind of looked like that. It was a lot of flames, and so I don't know, but it was pretty wild. But it didn't sound too crazy according to Brundle and Crofty, who know what they're talking about with that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the performance is. Maybe they found a big step in performance and now they're just trying to dial in reliability around that big step forward. I hope that's the case, because then they'll figure out reliability quick and they'll be back there. As long as the crazy thing is, though, man, again, it was very much like Jeddah, where Lewis and George were fighting in the front at the start of the race, doing so well, holding off. You know, this track was pretty hard for overtakes. Turn 1 and 3 are kind of your best bets to do overtakes.
Or 9 for Sergio, but
yeah. I know. Seriously. Shout out to Checo. He had a great race.
Big race.
But as soon as Max passed him with DRS, he was 4 seconds ahead in like a lap. It just was absurd. It was absurd. The DRS on that Red Bull looks 10 times more powerful than anyone else's DRS.
It looks like they're cheating.
I was like, slowly slide the tinfoil hat out and place
They're cheating.
But it does.
Are we gonna have a Ferrari situation?
They have found some pace in that DRS, so you could tell Max was very much, playing it safe. He got, wheel to wheel with Lewis around the corner. Definitely had some shit to say about it, warranted or not. I don't think it was as bad as Max obviously was making it out.
I don't think so at all.
Yeah, but that he kind of just, he knew his car was faster than everyone else's. He just kind of hung back, finally just made his moves, and then just drove off into the sunset. The problem was he kept getting red flags and had to restart and show that he could take that.
It was my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Did you hear that radio call between George and the team?
I didn't. You were telling me about this. So
he goes, "You're telling me to maintain, but I'm getting attacked by my own teammate. What's the call?" And then he said something like, "You need to tell Lewis." Like it's on the video for the race in 30.
Yeah,
if you're watching it on F1 TV.
Yeah.
And I tried to hear it a couple times and I couldn't quite hear what it was, but yeah, dude, it was spicy.
I wonder if there is a growing Discord. Shout out to the Discord. Get on Discord.
Holler, just a jerk.
I wonder. Yeah, what's up, Jake? I wonder what's going on with that because I didn't see that, and that's very interesting to hear. Because another thing that did happen was after Lewis got second, he had his podium. It might have been before he went up to the podium. He walked over to where normally all the teams are celebrating, and there's audio. You can watch it. It's on Reddit. Just Google it. But
dog,
Lewis goes, "Where the fuck is my team?" And like no one's there celebrating with him. So
his highest podium in 2 years.
Yeah,
or a year and a half.
What I read a couple comments, and some people were saying there's potential that none of the teams were there, and it was like kind of a weird holding area that they couldn't get in fast enough. Okay. But the tone was weird. And then I also saw another video of Lewis in the interview pen, like in the media pen.
Clip it in, Jan. Dude, clip it in.
And it kind of reinforced that same sentiment where it seemed like he doesn't seem to be having the support of the team as much as he normally talks about, to the point where he was pretty open about it. They asked what this podium, this number 2, meant for him and the team. And he goes, "Well, I don't know what it means for the team because I haven't seen any of them yet." And he goes, "But for me, it means, a huge step forward." And then he goes into like, PR Lewis positivity and stay blessed. And we're doing great and we're moving forward. And like truly like, let's get better. But he did preface it with, "I don't know, man. I don't know what they think about it because I haven't seen any of them." It was very like wild. Weird. It was a weird tone. So
was Red Bull down there?
I don't know. I don't know.
No one had video of it.
Exactly. I saw a comment that did say Red Bull didn't have as many people or didn't have people either. I don't know if that's true or not. So we'll have to do a little bit more digging. Very interesting to see what happens with the drama at Mercedes because we're messy.
I mean, I've been saying
dramas.
that, dog. It's like how often can you say we're gonna keep pushing until you're like, this is dumb. I think we've had enough.
So that was very fun. But yeah, speaking of drama and pain, just a real quick painful moment. Shout out to our Ferrari friends. We love you. I got spoiled this week because McLaren totally won out on the red flags and all the drama and the chaos. But man, Ferrari, Leclerc getting tagged, going into the gravel, getting beached, causing that first red flag. Dude, my God, that sucks.
It's so fast too.
Yeah.
Also,
or just a safety car for him, not a red flag, but just a safety car. Yeah.
Well, the next one was
that was Albon hitting the wall.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Alex Albon had a hell of a weekend.
Dude, good for them.
He was and good for him for going out pushing. And if you watch that clip where he goes off, he lost it way into before that turn. He was going sideways as he tried to make that turn. But good for him, man. He was sitting at 6th, I believe, when he went out.
That's crazy. For a Williams?
They
look good.
We could have had a Jan. We could have had points in a Williams.
They did look good, man. Yeah.
Explain to us the Carlos's penalty and why this was fucked up, because you explained it to me and it makes sense now, but it was kind of a hairy situation. I didn't know what was happening because I didn't have audio.
Yeah.
I was like, this is insane. Like I just saw him pleading like Napoli,
that's a very Spanish impression of it.
Well, he was doing his best Italian impression.
Yeah. True. It's mixed. The team is rubbing off. So this goes into our second point. We'll just talk about the chaos as a whole. This race was off the rails. It was so insane, and it was so stop and start. 3 red flags. I didn't know this. You said That's the most red flags.
According to a notification I got that I didn't click on from Reddit, from ESPN.
Good.
So I'm pretty sure that's correct.
That works.
You talk, I'll verify.
Yeah, no, it's great. So 3 red flags. One, obviously, the first one was from Alex, and then the second one was they restarted with 2. There was another one going into, let's see, there was gravel on the, it doesn't matter. We had 3 red flags. The second
really good recap here, Jeff.
I was like, the second restart, I was going to go into like why each red flag happened, but I was like, one is, it was all jumbled together in my head. Magnussen lost a tire, and then there was gravel on the track for the first one from Albon, and then the restart where everyone just drove into each other was the third one. All I'm saying is the first one was fine, took off, everyone got clean, it was fine, it's great, we did it. Then the second one we have is all the issues, where this is where Carlos got his penalty. We had a standing restart. We had 2 laps left, which then kind of gets into my tinfoil hat area after this. But I'll explain this quickly. They have a standing start. They go, and Carlos hits the back of Alonso. Alonso spins, and then also Pierre goes a little too long into corner 1, into turn 1. He locks up, drives a little too, so he's coming out real slow with no momentum. He's trying to catch up. That leaves room for his teammate Ocon to come up on the side of him. Pierre doesn't see him, moves over on him. They both go into the wall. So we'll talk about that.
We've been waiting for this to happen. It took three races.
3 races
got it.
for them to literally crash out of the race into each other. So that was a tough one. But then they red flag the race immediately. There's cars everywhere. Everyone's crashing into each other. And so now we have 1 lap left, but they go back and they're trying to figure out what to do with the order. There's 2 cars that can't restart. There's more than 2 cars that can't restart. And so what they decide to do, the FIA, our Lord and Saviors, the FIA.
Come on. They have a hard job.
Yeah, our boys.
Thank God.
So here's my little, just allude to the tinfoil hat. Michael Massey was back in the paddock for this race for the first time since Abu Dhabi. So his spirit was there. His presence. He had nothing to do with F1. He was with the Australian Supercar Series, but he was there. And so my tinfoil hat was that the ghost of Michael Massey wreaked havoc on the race, and that's why they called a red flag. Instead of letting the race end under a safety car, they were like, let's have a 2-lap shootout. That completely backfired. Everyone plays bumper cars, literally pulls out guns and starts blowing each other up.
It's so fun to watch.
It was insane. It was insane.
Yeah. Because what else are you going to do? You're going to go You're going to go for it.
They kept saying, like, how respectful are these people going to be? Everyone's like, dude, they're going to kill each other. Like, they're going, like, everything
millions
goes
and
out
millions
the
of
window,
dollars
out the window,
of damage.
With 2 laps left. So that second restart, everyone crashes into each other. They red flag the car, the race immediately. Then they go back to the pits. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, how do we restart? Do we do a rolling restart? We only have 1 lap left. So what they decided on was they do 1 lap, which is the formation lap, just to finish the race. So they have to go back out and do the final lap and do 58 laps. So they go out, they do a formation lap, and then once they cross the line of the formation lap, the race is over. That's the checkered flag. Then to sort out the order, what they do is they say, okay, we're going to take the same order from the previous restart, that second restart that everyone crashed on. If you were in that order, you stay in that order. That's the end of the race. So huge for Alonso, because Alonso was about to just be out in the back and have to restart a formation lap at the end. So what happened, he gets put to the top, back to third, and he gets to finish the race at third. Just to jump back and forth here, when Carlos hit him, they were still in, like, he was in fourth. So Carlos would have been up in fourth position. But because they went back to the order and they red flagged the race, what they're saying is this lap didn't happen. Nothing, they're saying, okay, we're reverting back. Who cares? This lap is void. What we're going to do is we're going to hop back to what we just did, and we'll just run it back with 1 lap less, even though we didn't actually do that lap. Carlos got a 5-second penalty for hitting Alonso during a lap that didn't happen. So why? How does that count? Also, on top of it, it was a turn 1 incident. I don't think it even would have warranted a 5-second penalty if it was the first turn of the start of the race on the first standing start. But for some reason, the FIA was like, hey, all of a sudden, we're real quick with it. We know what we're doing.
Super. Yeah.
Crazy. So, man, listening to Carlos plead with his engineer to tell them to get rid of that penalty was like heartbreaking. He was like,
dude.
Oh, I felt so bad for him, man.
I can't wait for the memes making fun of him on that. Please. And he
please.
pulls his visor down because he's about to cry.
Yeah.
And fuck us for being dicks to him about this.
No, I would be
but
losing
he's
it.
top 20 driver, so you fucking cried in front of a million,
hilarious.
10 million people.
No, dude, I would be balling.
Dude, it was bullshit. It was bullshit. Because he lost points now. He dropped out of the points because everything was so close.
Yeah, so then the massive consequence of that, this is why you can hear the emotion, because he knows what that means. He then does a formation lap in 4th or 5th, whatever. He does it in 4th, and anyone behind him can butt up to him, and then if they're within 5 seconds of him crossing the line after that formation lap, which is the checkered flag, he drops to behind them. So he got 12th. He went to the end, which 8 cars got annihilated in this race. So, man, poor Carlos. Such a shitty situation. I don't think he deserved that penalty. But all that to say, McLaren got points. Oscar Piastri got points. My guy in his Australian home debut. He's from Melbourne, too. That's his home.
Oh, I didn't know he was from...
Yeah, he's from the city, Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Also, I got so many messages this year.
Melbourne.
Like, my girlfriend does the Melbourne thing. She studied abroad there for a semester. I was like, yeah, dude, they're everywhere.
Melbourne. He had a great race. I was very happy for him.
Yeah.
And McLaren in general, it was really good.
It was fun. And so I think overall, just a quick wrap up to the chaos. I think they leaned into trying to make it more entertainment, less of a sport. They really tried to do let's just do a 2-lap shootout. And then it totally backfired.
Which is what happened in Abu Dhabi in 21.
Yep, totally. So it totally backfired, and they tried to make it exciting and sporting and not, or more entertainment and not sporting. It should have just ended under a safety car. But 45 minutes later, I'm still up with my dog, just dying, waiting for...
And I was getting poured strong beverages.
Yeah, dude. I love it. So, yeah, it was good.
Man, it was a... I don't know. It was just, this is going to be one of the races that I watch again.
Yeah.
I already watched the race in 30, and I think I'll watch the race in 30 again because it was just such a good.
It's going to be great.
Action-packed race. Couple things I wanted to go over. First of all, Toto looked like he's wearing makeup. What the fuck, Toto? When they first cut to him, I was like, is he wearing blush?
Yeah.
And lipstick? What the hell is wrong with him?
Hilarious.
And then I couldn't find if this was the most. I'm pretty sure it was. I read it when I was driving. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, everybody.
Doesn't
but
matter.
3, I think it's a lot.
Yeah.
Lance Stroll.
Yes.
2 things on him. Did he take another one for the team?
Tinfoil Brent is back. Let's go.
He may have. Also, too, I do talk a lot of shit about him as well because, again, these guys are all fun to talk shit about. I think Stroll is a very good driver now that I'm seeing him in this car and how he's doing with Fernando. I don't think he gets enough credit for being as good as he is because he's daddy's boy.
Of course. Absolutely. I agree with that.
Which Lawrence was there, by the way.
Yeah.
He was on site. He was just trying to make sure that Michael Massey didn't fuck anything up.
I know.
And then I was thrilled with Alex Albon and K-Mag's tire. What the fuck?
Dude, that was dangerous
shit
looking.
Was insane.
Woo.
He just barely clipped the wall, and that tire was like, goodbye, I have left the chat.
Yeah.
It was dangerous looking.
Shout out to Haas Manufacturing. It's not up to code.
I think that was Pirelli.
Oh, was it? Yeah. So,
I mean, I think so.
Of course, no, the tire was. I was just saying, like, the way the car was put together, the fact that the tire just ejected immediately.
Well, you could say that about Haas for anything.
Yeah, true. True. Did you see, like, the mark on the wall? Like, there was a huge, just massive rubber chunk slashing across the Pirelli logo. Because it was the Pirelli logo sponsorship on the wall that he hit. And so it was just this nice, like, kind of ironic moment of like, oh, Pirelli, and then there's this huge tire gash across it. It's like, sweet. It's perfect.
It's like in the Masters when Tiger Woods' ball just
Yes.
barely rolls in and you see the Nike logo.
Swoosh stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quick little side note: Pirelli, their contract is up in 2024, and there's talk that Bridgestone might take it back over. So who knows? But we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll keep you guys updated. What?
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
Pretty interesting. So.
Well, we are at our Mazzy, and I gotta say this, Jeff. We didn't come to an agreement on this.
No.
So here's what we're gonna do. Let's pick one.
Yeah.
Let's just pull it. I have an idea of who I want.
Yes. It also,
of course,
you also made it sound like we were fighting about it instead of we just wrote it down and then never talked about it. But I like the idea that we like had hard opinions on.
Well, we both know it's the FIA.
100%.
But like it's just like they can't. I think what we should do is have a running tally of each week that the FIA wins it. If there's not someone else, then they get another tally period.
I love that.
If they blow it, and then we still got to give it to someone else just for the sheer entertainment of the Mazzy Award.
It's like the trophy. It's like the Stanley Cup. The trophy always stays with the FIA. They always have it. They're always winning. But then every once in a while, someone gets to take it and parade it around and be like, we're assholes too. And, that's it. Yeah.
So mine is Alpine. Just
nice.
Because like we knew this was gonna happen. We all talked about like when is Pierre and Esteban gonna get after it.
Yep.
And if he did see him or didn't see him, I don't know. But I mean, Alpine on Alpine violence is, it's like a pillow fight.
French on French, they're both surrendering. Like this doesn't
like,
how
I'm
this
sorry.
works. Yeah. No, shout out to the French. We love you.
Yeah.
No, I love that. That's a great. All of France. Let's get France on the podcast. I love that one. That's very funny because we've been waiting for this civil war to kick off. Because even when Pierre got taken over to Alpine, everyone was excited. And then immediately everyone was like, we know they hate each other.
Right. And
then they did this big PR sweep being like, oh, we're bros. Guys, we go to games together. They were like seeing courtside at a Knicks game. It's like, oh, we're boys. And then this happens and everyone's like, finally, yes.
Knew it.
Yes. Come to the dark side. Yes. Like so exciting. And then you'll have to check out, go to Alpine's Instagram. They did just release, or like right after the race, on the flight home, those two next to each other giving like a debrief, and you can visibly see how much they're annoyed with each other. And they're just being like, hey, not the result we wanted, just PR guys, like we're come back bigger, stronger, faster, more French, more cheese, whatever. But they're like not looking at each other, they're furious. And all the comments are so funny. It's basically like Otmar just behind the camera, like holding a gun to their head, be like, you guys don't kill each other.
Fucking say it.
Say it. So, yeah, I mean, that's a good one. I really like that. Mine was, again, besides the FIA, mine was just the idea and the concepts of time zones. It's really annihilating my life. I stayed up till 2 a.m. because of this race. Australia obviously is the most extreme example. They're not on the globe. It's a different planet. And so having to watch a race. You have to go
into the Bermuda Triangle to get there.
Yeah. Again, I'm still lucky because 11 p.m. isn't aggressively late. The East Coast started at 1 a.m. So they're on just, It
was 10 p.m. for me, and it was great.
And that's perfect. That's good. That is good. But yeah, I
finished at 1:15. We had a couple more cocktails. Then I had to Uber home. That was a good
nice.
time.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So that's why I think your pick is better, Alpine, because time zone specifically affected me. And I'm selfish, dude. All right. So
I have a baby that's gonna wake me up in 3.5 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
So that's it. So shout out to the FIA for constantly making Ferrari strategy team look like superheroes and holding that down. But they definitely were on another level of just ridiculous. So what a week. Loved it so much. We have 3 weeks off until Azerbaijan. We're gonna be in Baku with a shout out to Pirelli. Keep those tires together.
Come
Last
on now.
time, Baku, we had Verstappen's tire just absolutely explode on that massive straight in Baku. So
Oh, that was cool. I remember
yeah,
that actually.
look for I think I'm gonna try to do an Azerbaijan Baku poster for next Grand Prix. So look for that. We'll post about it on our Instagram. So follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Discord. Hop in our Discord. Hang out. We'll chat.
Yeah.
If you have requests for stuff, let us know in the Discord. Let us know on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. But yeah, man, we're just having a good time. We enjoy it. We love you guys so much.
Having a good time. I'm gonna post a video of me and Kat at the drag races.
Oh, yes.
She made something and gave it to me at the bar, so I'm gonna post it on the
I
old
love it.
Instagram.
I love it.
So, well, thanks everybody for listening. Merry Christmas. We
Yep.
hope that you had
Yes.
hope you had a great Australian Open with us. It doesn't get much better than that. It really doesn't. It was so fun.
We do tennis now. Australian Open. Hell yeah.
If you're listening to us, give us a watch over on YouTube. If you're watching us, give us a listen on your streaming platform of choice. Give us a review if you don't mind, please. If you love us, share us with your friends. New merch available at our store, our Redbubble store. Just search Grid Penalty F1, and we can print on anything from shirts to phone cases to coasters, all that fun stuff.
Beautiful.
Other than that, wear your seatbelts. Be careful. Shout out to Kat Orlean.
We
Great
love you,
time.
Kat.
Thanks for editing. Shout out to Jan. Thank you for editing as well. Check us out, and we'll see you guys next week. Does that work? Is that what it?
That's
We're
perfect.
done?
That's done.
We're done.
We're done. We'll see you in a month.
God. I'm sure Kat's got some dumb bullshittery that she's going to give me.
I love it.
Of me being drunk at a bar. But
Good.
anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
No.